Hello everybody, this is Metro Killer here with a Blacklight Retribution Tactical Assault Rifle build video. I know I said I wouldn't do these in an earlier update because I was worried about balance, but balance really isn't changing all of that too terribly fast, so let's go with it anyways. That is a hilarious shot. I have no idea how I got it, but I'm taking it. This is my Tactical Assault Rifle. Weapon stats are here for you right there. This has been my go-to weapon ever since Parity Patch first dropped. I've deviated to other weapons every now and again for the fun of it, but for the most part, this has been my go-to. It has a 70 damage. It does 70 damage. Has about I think it's a 707 recoil. You saw the stats anyway. I don't really need to go into that. Um, I will also post the weapon parts in the description below. Um, I'm also going to go into detail about a couple parts. Generally, how I would recommend you use this weapon would be to not overcommit to any range. This is a generalist weapon. It's designed to be used both not long range, but medium long range to close range. I kept the recoil at a manageable level, I think, at least to me. This is actually one of the few weapons that has recoil, which is why I would recommend not putting an open scope. Please do not put open scopes on tactical assault rifles. It is not comfortable. Your scope will jump all over the place because, for whatever reason, the recoil on this weapon is not like not like the recoil on the other weapons. At least the weapons that have recoil. This thing is a jumpy, bouncy recoil. Which is great for close scopes, ironically enough, because they really don't notice it as much on them. But the open ones are going to do a sideways, jittery bounce, and it's going to feel disgusting. Highly recommend not putting those on there. I learned that the hard way. That's why I recommend going into Khan's L attack, just because it's overall the best medium scope in the game, really. Or best closed medium scope, I should say. Because it's fast. Faster than it really should be. Please, Heartsy Labs, nerf the thing. Zombie needed to do it, and they never did it. This thing needs a nerf because it's ridiculous. There are other 3-time scopes, or closed scopes as well, but one of them is an infrared, and I don't use those. I recommend you don't either. They really give you in the long run, honestly. I recommend not using infrareds. The other one is what used to be just called the ACOG, and it has a ridiculously slow scoping time. Like, it's probably on par with the sniper scopes, and that's sad. Anyway, moving on. I also recommend using a power tag because it really is what completes the build. You will not be able to hit 70 damage without one. I have no idea what happened to the video there. I think that was a video. I don't remember turning around that fast. Although I could. I tend to play on higher sensitivity than most people do. So, nah. Anyways, I was just saying. I recommend using a power tag. 70 damage I feel is really beneficial, especially on this weapon, because it really helps combat the heavy builds. You'll be pretty much 2-shot headshot every build in the game. I don't have actual math to back that up, but in my experience, you will be. So much to the point that people will think you're cheating. It's kind of funny. But you'll be 2-shot headshotting a lot of builds. You won't be 1-shotting headshotting aim builds, sadly, but I mean, it's an automatic weapon. You don't need to be able to do that. That'd be silly. But you will get a lot of 1-shot headshots on wounded players. So you'll have no trouble dropping if you land shots, and that's kind of the difficulty with this rate of fire weapon, is that landing shots can be difficult, and missed shots also hurt a lot. Also, one of the benefits is that it's probably the most efficient weapon in the game, next to the LMG Recon, because of the high damage and low rate of fire, you can put people down in like 2-3 shots if you aim well. Whereas other weapons like SMG will waste equip because you miss all these there's all these extra bullets. I would also recommend when you're using this weapon, don't hold down the trigger so hard. You'll see me do it a couple times in a video where I think it's actually coming up here, and it's embarrassing me to even watch this. Yep, there it is. Don't do this. This is a do as I say, not as I do thing. Don't do that. Also helps if you aim better. But this weapon, because the weapon actually has noticeable recoil, you're much better off in a situation like that tap firing, which is a skill we probably all forgot after the parity patch drop. But I recommend tap firing, and not to mention I find it, at least for me, easier to deal with a person that far away when you're not like laying into the trigger on any weapon for that matter. One other thing. With this weapon, I also recommend, like I said, not overcommitting to any distance. It's built to be a generalist weapon and should be used like that. You'll be okay on a long range. You won't be picking up any head glitches across the map, which you really should do at any weapon, by the way. Just don't do that. It almost never works. But you'll have a reasonably easy time dealing with anyone that's standing in the open, or at least in partial cover. And you'll have a pretty easy time pulling off long, medium-range hipfire shots, which is really what you should be doing in this game anyway. It's pretty unarguably the most efficient way of playing the game. It's just the way it works the best. I'd also recommend, you can also fiddle around with a couple of the parts too to fit your specific needs, but I would say that I would keep it as it is. I fiddle around quite a bit. It's a pretty nice balance I think I've stricken here. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot else to talk about with this weapon in particular. It's a general overall balanced weapon. In recap, I would say don't overcommit to any range. You're going to be effective in most of them, so don't just sit back, and feel free to be aggressive as well. I would say also don't lay into the trigger overly hard. You're going to have a bad time if you do. And don't try to take on people head glitching with AMRs across the map. It will not work. Don't do it, please. With that said, I think that's all I have to say for the weapon. My next video, I will be doing another build video. I am unsure on which build of mine I'm going to be doing. I have lots of them. I probably will not be doing any SMGs, burst fire rifles, or heavy assault rifles, because I feel like these are the weapons that are going to be most subject to change in the future. Which I could be totally wrong. But I would like to avoid doing a whole bunch of extra videos if I can. So with that said, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to comment in the comment section. I will read them. I will. I promise. Anyway, that's about all I have to say. Metro Killer signing out.
Mission objective approaching critical limits. 1 minute till expel. Seconds till it's done.